After about 5 minutes of walking, we happened across Hibarigasaki Station. As memory serves me, the shopping district should primarily stretch out around the nearest station, so as long as we are at Aunt Shino's house, we can easily just walk to do all of our shopping. I feel like the music's a bit too loud. Let me know if it is, so I'll turn it down, but I'm not too sure right now, actually. Ever so gradually, the memories begin to resurface. The dual plain banner with the words, "Welcome to Hibarigasaki" written on it also seems to be in fine condition still. Tourist, I'd reckon. It is a Saturday, after all. Chinami, don't talk to the tourists. Wait, that sounds bad. I meant to talk to strangers. Okay? You have absolutely no shame. That too. Paying no further attention to the group of elderly people getting into a tourist bus, we head towards where all the shops are lined up. Freaking Chinami. Grocery stores, sundry, souvenir shops, and the like. All privately owned, garnished the street one after another. It is the very same shopping district I used to know. In place of multi-history buildings and department stores are instead age-worn buildings. Age-worn boarding houses and stores with their shutters still closed here and there. Business doesn't seem to be all too hot here, but rather than deserted, you get a laid-back impression from it. It makes me happy that this sort of atmosphere hasn't changed one bit, despite the years that have passed. Yeah, this game in general does, which is why it's so great already. Also, sorry, excuse me, I burped. Just wanted to, mention how good the game is before I said excuse me. The town itself might have some sort of history behind it, but it isn't something I know much about. I am fairly positive they teach about the town history in social studies classes during elementary here, but I moved away before we reach that topic. Hence my knowledge concerning Hibarigasaki is limited to Hibarigasaki as a sightseeing location. In the past, the town prospered as a trade port, and now that it's become a commercial port town, Hibarigasaki is surrounded by many historical structures, like its inland waterway. Other than the waterway, there's also a public park, a hot spring. Oh, that's gonna get used later. A hot spring area, a shrine, a ropeway, and a beach where the open sea unfolds before you. Okay, so either the hot spring or the beach or both. I'm rooting for both. Oh man, flippin' A dude. From hiking to playing at the beach, viewing the wide variety of multicolored autumn leaves, and skiing, there is no shortage of recreation for every season. This town is quite literally an exemplary tourist site. The population of Hibarigasaki and the surrounding area that also belongs to the city is approximately 400,000. Purely from a numerical standpoint, you can hardly call it a small town, but once you actually walk through the town, you get a much more historic feel rather than an urban one. What's more, I've heard the population has been on a steady decline recently. While it may be a great sightseeing site with things to enjoy all year round, on the other hand, it's also quite bland and unassuming, so that might be one factor contributing to the decline. Furthermore, once winter comes around, snow piles up. Yes, I love the snow, causing all sorts of complications transportation-wise. So another detrimental factor is that living here certainly comes with its fair share of natural hardships. If I remember correctly, Hibarigasaki also has a history museum, archives, or something like that, so I suppose I'll visit that place when I am in the mood to learn about the town more in depth. I'm a rather industrious person. First and foremost, I love this town. Nope. Because it's funny. It's probably just the second coming of your much-loved sideboard you saw in the store window. Am I right? And my note also meant refusal to check the price. I direct my eyes towards the shop Chinami was pointing at. Just like she said. But, just like she said, it is indeed a shop I can't find searching for my memories. Is that a cafe? It might be newly open, but in the event it opened right after we moved away from this town. Newly open, as a term wouldn't quite be fitting. It may very well be an integral part of Hibarigasaki's shopping district already, by now being a perfectly familiar sight for the residents here. Thinking about that kind of change makes a mild wave of wistfulness wash over me. She is right. But, she is right. The cafe has a rather chic exterior. When we can see of the interior design for the windows, it has a serene sort of retro-modern feel to it, which in turn compels me to check it out for myself. Want to eat that before we shop for the sideboards?
Nice idea!
Thus, the two of us enter the cafe together. I gaze around the cafe's interior while the old-fashioned doorbell rings behind us, signaling to the staff that customers are here. Dang, it's nighttime? Oh no, it's just a picture. I looked over here, and I thought it was a window, and I saw the stars. I was like, oh dang, it's nighttime? And I looked over here, I was like, wait, no. Oh, it's just a picture, because this is an actual window. I saw it was daytime outside this window over here, so I was like, oh, it's just a picture. Oh, and that got me. Flippin' A, darn it, dude. Anyway, the exterior doesn't deceive our expectations, just like we imagined. A comfortable, nice atmosphere surrounds us. Hung up paintings and vases. The furniture, in addition to the music they were playing, all together, soothed my body, which is exhausted beyond belief, from all the furnishing and unpacking in Chinami. In spite of the customers besides us at the tables here and there, so I suppose you could say this cafe is doing decent business. Following Chinami, we go over to a window table. Ah yes, window tables. Why? What happened? I guess it's partly because of the color tone, but yeah. I guess it opened up not too long after we moved away. You want a grand opening still, Chinami? Well, why don't we look over the menu first? I passed Chinami a menu and opened one myself. Glancing over the menu gives me absolutely no information about what the dishes themselves were. Why? What you looking at? Pretty sure it is. The menu is full of unfamiliar words. Hi, waitress. Why do you have a Sprite? Yeah. About that. I mean to ask about the menu, but my mouth suspends motion mid-sentence. Oh! Wait. Oh, also cool CG. Ah, shit! I fucked it up! Darn it, where is it? Oh wait, I know where it is. Oh shit. Oh no. We just... Wait. What? Huh? 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 How? Wait, okay. How do I unzoom? Oh no! I'm so confused! Is that it? Wait. Okay. Well, that's neat! Anyway, that's what I was saying. I went, wait, oh! I realized, because I said, why do you have a Sprite? I just realized, I think I've seen her Sprite before. She was with that other girl, right? With the blonde hair girl? Anyway, the waitress is wearing a frilly apron dress, plus a hairband of matching color. Chinami. What is this place? Oh, the chic exterior and retro modern interior, just one big farce, hiding the fact that this place is actually a maid cafe? It's my first time having entered one. Originally, I thought maid cafes were these maniac establishments targeting bigger cities, like Akihabara, but it seems now they've actually spread to a northern tourist location like Hibarigasaki too? The waitress maintains her bright, business-like smile, completely unfazed by Chinami and I intently staring at her in amazement. More than likely, this isn't the first time she's seen a customer utterly flabbergasted by her uniform attire. She may have been working as a waitress for a while now. Although on second thought, her appearance suggests that she's around my age. Yep. Ah! Both mine and the maid's jaws drop open in unison. Yep, it is her. I thought it was her, that girl who was hanging out with the blonde chick. Also, does she still think Chinami's my girlfriend? We're gonna have to explain that bit to her. Giving off a friendly, sociable demeanor, appropriate for her service job, she stopped up a conversation with a smile on her face. Chinami, not helping. She's probably gonna. You're just making her think that you're my girlfriend even more. Done it. Well, you're not gonna talk like that. Because I'm not. Just keep your mouth closed for now. Chinami done it. You grab a tube of salad mayonnaise lying on the table and shove it into Chinami's mouth. Well, that's lewd. Her eyes then drop in an expression of pure bliss as she starts to greedily suck on it. Do I need to say it again? But Chinami has an extreme love of mayonnaise. Ew. There it is. There it freaking is. Darn it, dude. Even if Chinami's crankiness before her eyes, she doesn't cease smiling. She's a professional and bona fide maid. I remember spotting her in front of Hibari High a few times, and it seems she remembers me too. If that is where she goes to school, then my earlier observation about her being my age is probably spot on. Starting next Monday, I'll also be going to Hibari High as a second-year student. There's something I need to correct you on. She's actually my little sister. In addition, we're not tourists. We moved here just the other day, actually. Our first day at Hibari High is next week, so maybe I'll be seeing you there? I finished the formalities. Second year? Second. Oh, sweet. Can I learn your name, please? Presumably because she's learned that we'll be seeing each other at school, she immediately drops the waitress act and starts acting more casually around me. Alright, Asuho, cool. Kogasaka You. Yep, that's my name. Don't wear it out. She whispers my name to herself. You're familiar with Yumemi Hill, yeah? Since she is talking to me in a more casual fashion, I naturally ease up too. Around the residential area at the foot of the hills where we moved in at. Well, there's still that hill to climb to every morning, so that prospect alone still kind of kills my spirits. I guess it could always be worse though, you know, like the elementary school. Oh dang. Yep. Although it's a bit of a pain to have to get across the railroad crossing on the way there. Wait, is the elementary school she is talking about the same one I used to attend? Yeah, you see, I moved here the other day, but I came back because I used to live here first, then I moved, then I moved back. You understand? Yeah, about that. Chinami! Be a good girl and shut your lips. Darn it, well, I shoved a second mayonnaise tube into her mouth. Oh darn, I did it again. She's already drank 2 of them! I thought she only drank 1! Oh my goodness, woman! She's on a third tube of mayonnaise. The fuck is wrong with you, woman? Anyway, she finishes sucking the bottle clean within a mere 2 seconds. Oh, okay. This knucklehead right here is my little sister. Her name is Kogasaka Chinami, and she'll be attending Hibarigasaki 2 as a first year. Yeah, she's crazy. Chinami, that's bad manners. Give it a rest now, okay? You don't have to drink it all. It is entirely beyond me how she can criticize me, considering her expression of pure bliss while sucking on those things. Dang, you have a Sprite too? Are you a dad or something? Having been warned by what seems to be the cafe owner, she reverts back to her waitress mode, which makes our talk concerning the grade school and before I can get clarification on things. She goes through explaining all that to us rather enthusiastically, but when it comes to the most crucial part, namely what that food dish actually is, we haven't really gotten it anywhere. Chinami? Wow, zero connection whatsoever. Though honestly, I'd be a bit perturbed if a soft-shell turtle dish was being served at a maid cafe. Chinami, darn it. Chinami's eyes are spinning in circles. Oh, well, sure, why not? I didn't mind that she basically arbitrarily decides our order, and now there was something else on my mind. First, I didn't notice it at Lyre of Hermes, but when she talked about Orpheus and his lyre, it hit me. Was that just now about Lyra? The constellation by any chance? Yep. In response to my question, the maid's face instantly lights up. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot it was Tanabata today. The flight stops, the maid returns to the manager's side. The lyre of Orpheus is the very lyre that Lyra, the constellation, chose. Which is precisely why the lyre of Orpheus, the lyre of Hermes, is today's special. One of the stars in Lyra is Vega, which is Orihime in the Tanabata legend. Chinami's still malfunctioning. Turn it. Chinami's eyes are still spinning. Thank you, Asuho. The honey toasts on the table are also decorated with a bamboo tree leaf on top of the ice cream. Yeah, I might become a regular from now on. Though I feel kind of weird entering it by myself since it was maid cafe-esque. It also appeared that the dishes on the menu derive their names from the specific myths about constellations. I didn't notice it when we entered the cafe, but it was also named the Milky Way. Turn it. The puzzle all fit together now. The food itself is also pretty good. But I suppose once I made some friends in my new class, I could stop by this place every now and again. It is her dad, I knew it! See, I knew it! That maid's voice didn't have the kind of outrageous volume that ruptured your ears like Chinami's, but it still carried quite well regardless. I suppose by school, she meant Hibari High. Today is a Saturday, so there shouldn't be any classes going on. But maybe she has club activities or remedial classes? Or a sport or something, you know. Oh no, it's playing that Chinami goes crazy theme. Nope. I feel like that's all. I feel like I just do that to you all the time anyway. You're gonna say you want to apply, right? I already said you don't have to. Now hold on. Now wait a minute here. I'm about to call him Oro. I was just playing King Koi. Wait a minute here, yo. I think that Chinami should join because this is a maid cafe and I want to see her in a maid outfit. Say. That'd be hot. Anyway, idiots have immunity to cold, so no worries there. We all know it's taking after its owner in that regard. Mr. Stinky Pants, oh my gosh, Chinami. There was a recruitment poster plastered on the cafe's window. According to it, they are in urgent need of staff, but unfortunately there was just no way I could work at a maid's cafe as a guy. And since the prospect of having damage claims due to broken plates, if I let a little minion work there is very frightening. It's a no for her as well. Chinami, you can't slack off. Forget about that so we can get a move on. You came to get sideboards, remember? As I set off, Chinami follows behind with a sullen expression. Sorry, but there's just no way I can have you do a part-time job. Mom would probably be worrying her head off up in heaven too, if you did. Aww, that's really sweet and heartwarming. But I still want to see her in the maid outfit, darn it. You're welcome. By the time we leave the shopping district, our surroundings are already tinged a deep orange. As it figured, something as convenient as being able to buy just the glass doors themselves wasn't possible. So we had to buy 2 whole new sideboards. To make matters worse, the price was a lot higher than I'd experienced in the city we last lived in. Maybe because it was a privately owned store? Well, anyhow, my wallet was now completely empty as a result. Turn it to. I guess I'll have to swing by a bank on Monday to withdraw some more money. Actually, I'd better not. I would tell myself I'd avoid using the savings for anything other than school fees as much as possible. I really need to find myself a part-time job soon. Yeah, and before the end of the day at that. The price may have been steep, but this kind of tacked-on delivery service was something you only got at a privately owned store. Or at privately owned stores, rather. Can you handle that by yourself? Are you sure about that? I think you still are. Urged on by Chinami, we passed in front of the station and proceeded to make for the residential area. If you think of the station as your center, the residential area is in a southward direction, and if you go north instead, you reach the ocean after crossing over a railroad. The elementary school myself and the lookout girl used to attend was located near there. If you follow along the railroad to the east, you'll eventually reach the inland waterway. Past the waterway, you then step into our neighboring town. That's the end line for Hibarigasaki. Hence, geographically speaking, the whole area around here was actually on the edge of Hibarigasaki. If you take Hibarigasaki as a historic city, for example, the neighboring city is, on the other hand, very visibly a full-fledged urban area. Alright, a metropolis on par with the place I moved to. Then again, this region being a lot higher up north as it is, compared to my previous location, the cities are much more spread out. I don't know whether it's because of that, but there's neither a hectic atmosphere, nor much noise in general. That's my kind of town, not gonna lie. Just as if I've gone back in time, Hibarigasaki as a town goes about business as usual in a laid-back fashion. Man, I really want to live in a town like that, like straight up though, dude. I'm going for a little stroll by myself now. It's time to see a certain Soul April girl. As I informed her of that, the moment we reached our house's entrance, Chinami shoots me a puzzled look. I gotta go meet up with a girl, okay? You know, the one. Sorry, but could you take care of those for me? And if Aunt Shino's awake, make sure to tell her about it too. To the lookout! Again! Why do you care? Oh, I mean, I can not tell you that, but that's what's happening. Well, you did? Who said I am? Oh, that was it? You big fat doofus dummy McDumbface. This is the best. That's the best insult ever. I love it. Freaking big dumb fat doofus dummy McDumbface. Light hits rain down on me. Yeah? What kind of girl's close to me, huh? You mean the one in front of me? But there's only you right now. Chinami! Why do you always do this? We'll get to your route as soon as we can, okay? It's locked. Make sure you get those sideboards, okay? I'm off. Chinami did it. Oh man, dude. I can't wait to get to her route, honestly. It's gonna be freaking great, I'm already sure. Oh man, dude. But, from what I know, you actually have to, like, I mentioned this, but, like, her route's locked apparently. There are a lot of locked routes. And I think the first two you can only play is either, Asuho's, I believe, actually. I think. Or a girl named Isuzu? I don't think we met her yet, but yeah, and I know that if you play Isuzu's, then Chinami's unlocks. And yeah, like there's a bunch of like, and then there are like two, like there's like a secret route that didn't it didn't tell me the character, it just said secret character, and like you had to play like all but one other route before that to get to that one, and then that one unlocks. Then you have to play that route to unlock, like, the true route, like, the true final route and all that. So, yeah, it's really complicated, but... So, yeah, but I really kind of do want to see Chinami's route as soon as... I really do want to, like, play Chinami's route as soon as possible, because she's already so great, and... But, yeah, like, it's locked, so... We have to do, whoever this Isuzu girl is first. That's probably who we're gonna do first, cause... Need to get to Chinami's route as fast as possible. But yeah, we're doing them all, so don't worry about that. Cause I love games with the true routes and all that stuff, it's great. Anyway, I think it takes a dummy to know one. Chinami. I feel like the frequency of dummy, and other variants flying my way has gone up recently. Not that I'm one to talk though, of course. I call her names and stuff all the time. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Oh no. What's with the melancholic music right now? But well, I perfectly understand it myself. Regardless of how much Mare resembles a lookout girl, the way I'm so desperately clinging to her can only be called idiotic. There are other, more realistic approaches out there. I like using her name to dig around if I really want to find the lookout girl. Not to mention, I'm a massive dummy for prioritizing seeing Mare over my search efforts. It makes more than enough sense for the lookout girl to simply be upset with me, and hence be avoiding me as a result. Mimi Hills a gentle slope, but in turn, it stretches out for a fair distance. It should have originally been a sightseeing spot, albeit a rarely visited one, alongside the lookout, but now the lookout is closed off for reasons unknown to me. So I imagine that, at this point in time, essentially no one other than students climbs this hill. Which in turn means that this hill makes Hibari High students build up some good stamina. One? Uh-oh. Two? Who are you? Blonde twin-tailed girl? Right as I am passing that very place. Astro Circle. Also, hey, there are two female students arguing near the school gate. One of them I don't know, but the other one is Minahoshi Asuho, that girl that I saw dressed as a maid just earlier today. I am fairly certain if there were more passerby besides myself, they would have stopped in their tracks to stare at them like I am now. That's just how loud the two of them are raising their voices as they exchange serious glares with each other. The tempers flaring in the tense atmosphere. Okay. Oh shit, I popped it up again. Darn it. Keep trying to do this. See this full CG. Freaking Asuho. She looks so mad, but she's so cute. She's like a small puppy trying to be... She's like a small puppy trying to be terrified right now. It's great. She looks like a female dog, but let's see. I did not do that on purpose, I promise. I seriously didn't do that on purpose. Oh god, this game had that zoom feature already. I didn't think it applied to MCG actually, but... Thighs. But, yeah, that's cool. This is as far as it can go in this one. The other one went all the way in. Alright, neat. How to get out? There you go. Anyway,
いつまでもニヤニヤ眺めてればいいじゃない。
What?
それじゃ健全な天体観測とは言えないんだよ。あなたたち同好会にはそれで十分でしょ。全然十分じゃないんだよ。最近なんかみんな飽きちゃってトランプ三昧になってるんだよ。これで視聴覚室に取り上げる理由ができたわけね。
What?
どうしてそこまで天空お目の敵にするんだよ、こももちゃんは。私のこと名前で呼ばないで。
Komomo, huh? Okay.
今日は七夕なんだよ。7月7日は雨の確率が統計で 70% 以上もあるのに、今年はなんと晴れなんだよ。映画中なんだから雨でいいのに。織姫と彦星が私を待ってるんだよ。天帝に引き裂かれた2人は今年ようやく催涙雨を枯らすことができたんだよ。
Lacrimal rain?
催涙雨というのは織姫と彦星が流す涙のことですよ。七夕の日の雨をよくそんな風に呼ぶんです。
Oh, it's the other girl who was with Asuho. The next thing I know, another female student is standing near me. I didn't notice her presence at all, so it startles me a bit.
以前にもお見かけしましたね。彼女さんとは仲直りされましたか？
Flippin' A. Darn it! I forgot about that part. Actually, no, I didn't. I just didn't think it was gonna get brought up again by her, too. Darn it. They both fought Chinami and my girlfriend, so I have to clear it up with her, too. Blah, flippin' A, darn it. The misunderstanding from the other day is still alive and well.
今日は何かひばり港にご用ですか？観光客さん。
See? I'm actually not a tourist, and that wasn't my girlfriend, it was my little sister. This makes the second self-introduction I've had to do today. My name is Kogasaka You. I'll be transferring to Hibari High as a second-year student next Monday. Pleasure to meet you. Thus, I introduced myself in a relatively polite fashion. It was the second time I moved, so I have a very vivid understanding of how important the first impression actually is when it comes to people.
これはご丁寧にありがとうございます。私はひばり校の2年生、久垣小雨と申します。
Alright, we still haven't met this Isuzu chick then, but cool, Kosame, huh? Are you like this girl's sister or something? Because you guys look alike. She went up to me and returned an even more polite self-introduction.
今日は転入手続きに来られたんですか？
No, I was trying to use the rooftop that this chick doesn't want me to use. The other two are still fiercely at it, but I have to say, over here it is rather tranquil. I've already gone through all the necessary transfer procedures for that matter, so that isn't quite the reason I made my way here. It's just that at the present.
じゃなくてもよろしいですよ。私たち同学年じゃないですか。
Okay. Honestly, I think could have stopped talking so politely herself, if that's how she feels.
以前もこの近くを歩いていましたよね。
Yes. Yeah. I had some stuff I needed to do at the lookout. The same goes for today, actually.
交代？
Yes. She tilts her head to the side questioningly.
でもあそこは立ち入り禁止なのに、どんなご用で？
That's confidential information?
早く屋上の鍵貸してってば。もう一番星見えちゃってるし、急いで望遠鏡を運ばないとなんだよ。そんなに天体観測したいなら自分の家の屋根でやればいいじゃない。私んち喫茶店だからそんなことできないんだよ。以前やろうとしたら外から見えるし集客に関わるって言ってお父さんがダメ出ししたんだよ。じゃあ潔く諦めることね。諦めきれないからこんなに頼んでるんじゃない。どうして分かってくれないの、こももちゃんは。私のこと名前で呼ばないでって言ってるでしょ。
Lol.
相変わらず平行線ですね。 Azuho-sanと姉さんは
Nissan? Now that she says it, the girl who's arguing with that maid looks a good bit like the girl in front of me. Yeah, they're like almost exactly the same. Or more like they are practically identical. Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said. Exactly my point.
七夕だったら天体観測じゃなくて笹の葉に短冊結んで願い事でもやってたらいいじゃない。そんなバレンタインさんを祝わないでチョコだけ送るような真似するなんてテンクルの治りなんだよ。たかが同好会にはぴったりね。そもそもテンクルを部として認めてくれないのもこももちゃんのせいじゃない。名前で呼ばないでって何度言ったらわかるの？それと天体観測愛好サークルを部として認めないのは部員数が少ないからであって私のせいじゃないでしょ。
I figured that was a problem with the whole Astro Circle thing, but what's going on between these two though? Like, you guys like frenemies or like just straight up rivals or enemies or like what? Like, I feel like it's kind of the frenemies thing, really.
そんなことない。部員が集まらないのもきっとこももちゃんの差し金なんだ。自分の非を他人に転嫁するのはやめてくれる？絶対こももちゃんのせいなんだ。絶対こももちゃんのせいなんだ。こももちゃんのこももちゃんのこももちゃんのこももちゃんの。
Jeez, also calm down.
名前を連呼するの今すぐやめないと部だけじゃなくて同好会も潰すわよ。
This girl kind of reminds me of Hanako from Sakusaku.
どうもキリがないようですので私行きますね。
Alright, have fun, Kusame. What's your plan?
姉さんの怒りを鎮めてからアズホさんを眺めます。
She gives me a quick bow, then walked away. I am awfully curious how she tends to go about ending the dispute, which is only continuing to grow more heated by the moment. But I can't quite afford to rubberneck forever myself. Aw, darn, I want to see it. I want to see it too. Shit, dude. What? Not that I mean to borrow the maid's words, but today is Tanabata, after all. Tanabata is a special day to me. It is a day on which I and the lookout girl made our promise of reunion. Ah, okay. Huh? Over the past year, she hasn't found traces of anyone at all entering the lookout located further up from here, and yet now... Huh! To begin with, her target, who was a student at Hibari High, detests the lookout. It shouldn't even occur to her to willingly go to the place. To her, the lookout is a place ought to be avoided, a place she can't bring herself to forget, and a fork in the road that threw her life off course. To bring all that into consideration, it would be quite hard to think she would appear at this place again. What? Eh? Huh? I'm confused. What is this? Whose perspective is this? It's definitely not Yo's. Though, if she in fact did appear to have her convenience, that would only hasten her work. Whose voice is that? I don't think that's a character we met before yet. The girl glares coldly at the footprints scattered around on the ground. Judging by their size, there appear to be two different sets for two different individuals. Likely one belongs to a guy, and the other to a girl. There are a lot more footprints made by the guy, so it appears that he comes here much more often. The footprints continue onward, leading into the woods that extend to the side of the road. One can infer from that piece of information that they circumvented the fence and then headed up to the lookout. Who are you? It would be plausible for some tourists to have simply ignored the fact of the area being off limits, and forced their way in to reach the lookout. But that conjecture crumbles if it's the same person coming repeatedly. The only possibility, then, is that the person is heading to the lookout with some sort of objective in mind. What's your job? She, who is currently enrolled at Hibari High, despite the fact that she holds no right to be. What? The job that she's been tasked with is to return that girl to where she belongs. What? To return that girl to her, where she belongs. Wait, to her? Huh? Who are you? What are you doing? What? I need more details. The fuck's going on here right now? The fudge, dude? In the process of achieving that, this place here is the goal line, so to speak. If his objective is something entirely harmless, such as sightseeing, then no problem arises. He wouldn't visit the lookout too often anyways. To her, the worst case scenario is if his objective is something on a similar level to, say, going to school. That would make it necessary for him to visit the lookout on a daily basis. What? In the case of that, she'd be left with no other option but to eliminate him. What? What do you mean eliminate? Hello? Oh jeez. Oh no. That essentially entails the type of work she does for her job, and hence why she wants to avoid the eyes of others as much as possible. Just please don't kill me. Either way, the only information she currently possesses concerning him are the footprints that dot the ground, so at this point in time, she simply lacks the knowledge to make an educated decision. The most productive course of action would be to next gain a grasp on what exactly his objective is, and as fast as possible. Once his objective has been made clear, the next step will be to decide whether it will be necessary to eliminate him. The girl begins to ponder whether she should begin by tracing the footprints and heading to the lookout. Oh no. Uh-oh. Is this me? I'm scared. However, before she has arrived at an answer, the thought process is interrupted. She hears the sound of footsteps approaching from down the hill. Oh no. The person in question has now arrived before her, thus exempting her from the need to ruminate about what to do. You could say the stone came rolling to her without the need to move an inch. However, is it a stone big enough to trip her up and make her fall? Or is it a stone so tiny that she can step on it with bare feet, with no cause for worry? Should she remove it before breaking the tape? Or wait? An apathetic expression on her face. The girl brushes her glossy, beautiful hair out of her eyes. Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm scared. Please don't eliminate me, okay? When the fence blocking the way to the lookout comes into view, I notice another person standing near it. Awkward. Even more awkward than we realize. Taking into account the fact that I haven't come across a single other person during my visits here until now, it shocks me rather than giving me a pleasant feeling. She, on the other hand, doesn't seem all too surprised, instead giving off the impression she might have been expecting me. A tourist? That speculation doesn't come just because I haven't seen her before. Since I've been away for a while, there are a fair share of locals who I've never seen before as well. Rather, what leads me to thinking this was that, judging by what those Hibari High students said, it is pretty common knowledge among locals that the lookout is off limits. And if you know that you couldn't go up to the lookout, you have virtually no reason to purposely make the cumbersome climb up the hill. Therefore, if you were to list one group of people that wouldn't have this information, that would be outsiders, like tourists for instance. That being said, it excludes people like me that have a specific objective. She says in an indifferent tone. She is quite obviously a girl based on her looks, but on the other hand, her tone is more deep and masculine, which results in an overall gender-neutral atmosphere. No. Wait, did I say atmosphere? Or was it... Oh, impression, my bad. Not atmosphere, it makes no sense. Gender-neutral impression, my bad. Anyway, wait. One sec. Oh yeah, we have a face. Forgot we had a face. Anyway, moving on. No. I'm not a tourist. How many times have I been forced to clarify this just today? I just happened to move to this town just the other day. The name is Kogasaka You. A pleasure to meet you. Going through my self-introduction is also in the process of becoming routine. No, yes, maybe so. Different from the people I've met until now, she doesn't give me her name despite me introducing myself. Turn it. Tell me your name. Are you Suzu? Oh, I hope you're not. You scare me. No. I know about that. Uh-oh. Yo, Angela's very carefully, okay? Just a little something I need to take care of. Ship, she's on to me. Well, yeah, since I'm doing stuff here. Oh no. What is with her? Why does she keep throwing these aggressive questions at me like she's conducting some police interrogation? Cause she probably is. Something like that. Are you one of the officials of whoever erected this fence by any chance? In that case, it is unilaterally me who is in the wrong here. She listlessly brushes the hair on her shoulders behind her before continuing on. Listen, the thing is, just let me just run away. That's what I do, I just run away. She directs a cold gaze at my face. How did she know I was trespassing? And it's sort of like I am being interrogated, which is making me feel awfully uncomfortable. Yes, actually, I would mind. I feel like that's an invasion of privacy, thank you very much. If you want an official of who put up the fence, then it's none of your concern what I'm doing and why, right? So she isn't a tourist, but a local. You mean, warn me not to enter here? Sorry, but I'd like you to turn a blind eye towards this. Well, that's a bit of a problem, you see? Oh yeah? Yes. Oh no. I guess it is. Yes. You see, there's this girl. I'd rather keep that to myself. It isn't like I have ill intentions or anything, but I don't really feel like explaining my reason for coming here to a person I've literally just met. No, that's not the case. I promise. Darn it, why? It's only natural for you to caution me given the situation, but I'm not obligated to tell you my objective, no? Okay, I'm in a hurry, so I'll be going now. Ending the conversation with that, I head towards the woods. I really don't have any ill intentions, but because of her, I now needlessly have that feeling. Thanks a lot. Lol. Just like she'd done the whole time during our conversation, she speaks in an emotionless, indifferent tone. Yes. Probably, yes. Please don't shoot me. Chances are I would. At the very least, until the day I met the lookout girl again. Oh, jeez. Oh no. Leaving me for that short remark, she leaves. The fact that I pointlessly wasted time gives me a feeling of trepidation, which compels me to make for the lookout at a quickened pace. I hate words sometimes. However, there isn't a single person there. Huh? There's the Slow Reaper girl, the lookout girl. I can't spot the Grim Reaper. I can't spot the Grim Reaper dressed girl known as Mare anywhere. The feeling of letdown causes a release of tension, and I sit down on a grassy spot nearby. Seems I am only able to meet Mare at night. This is the second time I've come here around dusk, but just like last time, she isn't here. If memory serves me, Mare herself said she wouldn't be here on cloudless nights. So does that mean she couldn't come here when the sky isn't clear? But really, I felt I felt for her parents. They must be absolutely worried sick of a daughter her age having a habit of sneaking out so damn late to go play. Hey, she's been over this. She's ageless, okay? It's fine. Also, I'd literally just probably screwed myself big time if that random chick for nothing now. Just saying. High up in the sky, over the townscape, I have an unbroken view of something from here, apparently, is one single star that twinkles there lonesomely like a lost child. Summer's evening star. Jupiter. Ah, yes, Jupiter. Venus is also often referred to as an evening star, as Hesperus, but since that star is twinkling at the zenith of the sky, it should be Jupiter. The star that shines at a lower position in the western sky would be Venus. Yeah? But where's Uranus? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm not sorry. It is because of the Lookout Girl's influence that I've become more or less informed about the stars. Even though back when I was living in this town, I didn't know anything more than what I learned in science class at school. After I parted from her, maybe it was to distract myself from the ensuing loneliness or something, but it became common for me to immerse myself in illustrated astronomy encyclopedias. I memorized the constellations and also often read about the different myths related to them. A particular note in that regard would be the Tanabata legend. I've reread it more times than I can even remember. The flashbacks, oh no! I think the past me probably used to contrast our situation to that of Orihime and Hikoboshi. I didn't find anything about Orihime giving Hikoboshi a kiss on the forehead in any book. Plus, if it's Orihime, I highly doubt that the Lookout Girl was into weaving in the first place. However, all those are mere afterthoughts to me. I simply gaze up at the night sky in Tanabata, wishing for us to someday reunite. The 7th of July is still part of the rainy season, so it clouded over most of the time. Even if we did have clear weather in the city, Orihime and Hikoboshi could only be seen faintly due to all the air pollution and neon lights. So what I think is, it is precisely because I wasn't able to gaze up at a satisfying night sky in Tanabata that my feelings of missing her have only grown stronger as time went on. As time passed, the memories of my time before began to gradually become obstructed by fog glass. That glass resembled the Milky Way in the Tanabata legend. However, it is all thanks to Tanabata that these strong feelings of longing alone are still vivid inside of me this very moment and haven't become cloudy. It is because I have so yearned for the starlit sky we gazed up at in Hibarigasaki that she is the one thing I didn't forget. I couldn't forget. Who could ever possibly forget this sky that lay bare before me at this very moment? If the sun seen disappearing beyond the horizon, far in the distance, the orange light that engulfed the town has disappeared. Following that, the night sky along the sea has shown itself. Before my eyes, the stars engage in a contest, putting on a dazzling display. Adding all that brightness together, you might just be able to compare it to the sun. And the nighttime sky in the city is nothing compared to this. It doesn't even fall short of the illustrations seen in astronomy encyclopedias. At this point, the summation of the surface area of the stars exceeds that of the black in between them. The sky feels so densely lit with stars that I could just about drown in them. Huh! Mare! You're here! Mare is near me, having supposedly gotten there some time while I was unaware. The scythe in her hands, which I mentally paired with her now, looks like it isn't quite capable of reflecting the abundance of starlight, causing the light to refract and disappear and disperse. True. If I keep looking at them for a while, I start to feel the same. Can't say I quite like that turn of phrase. See that band of light that looks like clouds? That's the Milky Way. The two stars shining immediately above it and below are Orihime and Hikoboshi. Orihime. Yep. Thank you? But she actually knows it herself.
じゃあ彦星は
Mare quietly speaks the words as if she's whispering to herself.
彦星は織姫のお尻に敷かれてるのかな
Oh, whip. Oh, I remember that joke that I made.
じゃあ約束ね
Yep.
私たちは必ず再会すること。この展望台で必ず再会すること。織姫と彦星みたいに離れ離れになっても、最後にはちゃんと二人は再会すること。そして再会したら結婚すること。結婚して私のお尻に敷かれること。
Yep.
どうしたの？間抜けな顔して。
It's nothing. Seriously, this girl keeps stimulating my memories to such an extent that I have to ask myself whether she isn't actually just doing it on purpose. Admittedly, maybe I am just overly self-conscious. Say, do you know how the Tanabata legend goes? Mare doesn't answer. If you don't, want me to tell you?
別にいい。
Okay. Aw, come on. Don't be like that. Just listen, okay?
あなたが話したいだけじゃない。
I'm gonna do it anyway. Once upon a time, on the shores of the Milky Way, there lived a beautiful, heavenly maiden named Orihime, who was the daughter of the god of all the heavens. Orihime rigorously followed her father's orders, and day after day, diligently kept weaving, thus creating glittering and beautiful clothing. The god of the heavens was impressed by Orihime's fervor, but simultaneously he felt sorry for his daughter, who hadn't even the time to experience love despite her being a young maiden of marriageable age. So, one day, he decided to marry her off to a cowherder by the name of Kengyu. Thereafter, Orihime and Kengyu began to live together, and spend every day in happiness and joy.
めでたしめでたし。
Mare done it. Mare arbitrarily ended the story. No. The story still goes on further.
彦星がまだ出てきてないものね。
Kengyu is a different name for Hikoboshi.
そうなんだ。
Yeah. Mare is replying in a vague way that makes it impossible to tell whether she knows the Tanabata legend or not. Turn it, lol. Anyhow, Orihime and Hikoboshi got married and were living a happy life as a couple. However, Orihime became too engrossed in her newfound married life and completely ceased weaving clothes, which should have been her sacred calling. For that, her father, who initially tolerated that by ascribing it to them being newlyweds, gradually grew angered and ultimately took Orihime back, away from Kenryu's side. The god of the heavens made Orihime live at the shores of the Milky Way once again, and ordered her to weave. He then told her if she were to turn over a new leaf and approach her work with the same zeal she'd once had, he would allow her to see Kengyu just once a year, on the night of the 7th day, in the month of July.
めでたしめでたし。
Mare, darn it. What is a happy ending if the story ends right there?
年に一度会えるならいいじゃない。
I mean, I guess depends on who you ask?
私なんて何年も待ち続けていたのに。
See? See, she's totally the lookout girl. For whom?
あなた。
Yeah, see? Why?
知らない。
Yo! I wryly shrug my shoulders. I don't understand how he's so slow about this, but okay. How do you can be that dense? It's like, it's so apparent at this point. Oh man, he's like Oro in the whole freaking Sing of Rhea. Wanna hear the rest? That was Kinkoi, in case you didn't know, by the way. Orihime, having been separated from her beloved Kengyu, thus grew motivated by the prospect of reunion once a year, and started to diligently weave clothing after clothing again. Kengyu, too, took their promise of reunion to heart, and assiduously immersed himself in his work as the two of them awaited the 7th of July with anticipation. However, when it rains on that day, The rainwater makes the water level of the Milky Way increase, thus rendering it impossible for Orihime to cross over to the other shore where Hikoboshi is. Standing on opposite shores of the Milky Way that separates them, the two of them deeply grieve over not being able to reunite. All they can do is gaze at the river surface as they weep. Separated by moving, a promise of reunion in my heart, I had indeed been zealous. I learned as much as I could about the stars. Well, sure, compared to an actual astronomer, that knowledge was presumably very little, but it exceeded the difference of knowledge between a child and a grown-up. However, I was nonetheless now able to effortlessly recite the Tanabata legend from memory, just like I was doing now. That meant I could also tell it to her for deep love of the stars. That wasn't all. I could also recite the more famous myths surrounding the constellations in a romantic fashion. I could teach her about those too. As thanks for her teaching me how much fun it was to play with a friend, I could, in exchange, teach her about stars. In all honesty, I wanted to teach her much more about the stars before parting. Not quite. I forced myself to speak in a cheerful tone of voice. When the Milky Way becomes flooded from rain, unable to bear the sight of the two lovers wallowing in sorrow, magpies come flying. The passerine birds of the crow family. You'd be right. That's why they appear as a flock. Then they each spread out their wings as wide as can be and line up to form a bridge, thus helping Orihime cross over to Kengyu's side. Yep, they all lived happily ever after. I take a hearty breath to unwind. Or breathe. Did you like it? Wow! Well then! Okay, little Miss Critic. Do you love the stars? Because you're always here at the lookout on nights with a clear sky. Or you're actually coming here in order to wait for me. Mare remains silent, only continuing to stare at me. There might be some meaning included in that gaze of hers, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. At the moment, I can't spot a single cloud in the starlit sky. There are no obstacles in the way of the stars during this Tanabata night. High up above us, Orihime and Hikoboshi have reunited. Huh? Okay. What? Did she just leave? Mare slowly draws closer to me. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh my gosh, we're finally seeing Mare's sprite. Oh darn, I keep doing this. One sec. Hey, can I do it with the sprites too? Okay, now I can't. I was wondering if I could zoom in on the sprites too, but I can't. But let me just do this full sprite. Looks nice, okay? Looks freaking hot as always. Anyway, okay, I close my eyes. Why? Okay, yes ma'am. This sounds kind of scary. You got that huge A scythe with you. Why did is that your scythe? I'm pretty sure that, because like if it is, I'm pretty sure there's something to be afraid of. That's not very reassuring. You're not my sister. Hearing these words, I can only comply. What's happening? I do as she says, but thereupon, a short period of time transpires during which nothing happens. Okay. Those words come from my immediate vicinity, throwing me into inner commotion despite the fact that she is a child. Oh, okay, but like, why? Like, why would me opening my eyes mean? Why would me opening my eyes mean you can't see me again? What? Am I dreaming? Is this whole game a dream? What's going on here? It is all too strange. There isn't a single aspect that differs from my memories. It's almost like they are being replayed. It can hardly be anything else but an illusion that I am experiencing. But there is another side of me that insists that isn't the case. It is my past self. The Kogasaka You, who was still just a young boy back then. My current mature self thinks of Mare as an entirely different girl from the Lookout Girl, but my past self from my memories is overlapping the two. That may be because the boy from my memory still looks the same as back then. Just like Mare, it looks like her at that time. I love that girl. I still can't tell for sure whether those feelings were romantic, but regardless of that, my love for her was true all the same. So then, why is it that I was never able to put these feelings into words, at least shortly before my moving? If she happens to go on and kiss me on the forehead in a reproduction of my memories, I might respond to her with these words. Even if she tells me not to open my eyes before I finish counting to 60, I might ignore that, open my eyes, and confess to her. Let's not do that, because then apparently she won't be able to see us again. Like ever again. That wouldn't be good. Please don't leave me. I love you. I owe you so much. You were the very first person to become the friend of something like me. Someone who never even thought of making friends. Huh? Mare? What are you doing? At that moment, something lightly touches me. Ah! Ah! Ow! Ah! However, the sensation is not on my forehead, but on my chest. Well, that's terrifying. Somehow, the sensation feels almost irrational in nature. For instance, is it possible to take the sensation I'd experienced of someone kissing me on the forehead and perfectly reproduce that sensation on my chest? What? That is straight up impossible. Because, of course, I'm wearing clothes. So how is it that I'm able to feel this clear warmth directly on my skin from my clothes? I open my eyes. Since she hadn't told me to count to 60 like the Lookout Girl did in my memories, I do so without any accompanying feelings of guilt. Uh-oh. Just like having stuck in a stick into starch syrup. Mare is holding her massive scythe in hand as it is deeply buried within my chest. Why did we open our eyes? She told us not to. Cute. And the bright side is playing that epic music again. The sight is so genuinely shocking that I have no mental leeway to feel something like guilt in response to what awaits me upon opening my eyes. Mare, what are you doing to me? If I would express the level of shock numerically, that value would surely range much higher than the number of stars spread out across the night sky's canvas. Huh? What? Ah! The scythe's blade plunges deeper inside. Ah! All that tremendous amount of shock transforms into an intense fear. Oh yeah. No matter how you look at it, what is taking place before my eyes is entirely beyond reality. But at the same time, it has a strange sense of vividness to it, making me just want to scream out. However, my voice remains stifled within me. The visual information my eyes are feeding me throws my automatic nerves into disarray, paralyzing both my tongue and throat. Maybe that's also the reason why I don't feel any pain. Or is it because I have simply lost it that this vivid sensation feels not like pain, but like a warm light instead? One of them? What are the other ones? How many are there? Is that why the warm light-like sensation resembles that first kiss from my memories? Is that why it feels so exactly like when the Lookout Girl kissed me on my forehead? Kiss me on, what? Huh? Something feels terribly off. At that moment, there you go. At that moment, enigmatic anxiety surges forth. There we go. Anxiety you expect to feel upon being lost in a department store you've entered for the first time. only to find your complete bafflement upon exiting that the world around you has changed entirely. It is a kind of sensation akin to that, as if you were suddenly deprived of the reality you thought you knew. What is this? What's happened to my body? What is this something I'm so desperately trying to recall? I'm trying to seize it within my mind, but I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is I should be seizing in the first place. Mare, why are you crying? Slowly, tears streamed down Mare's face. I believed you, but, oh, Yo didn't, I did. At that very moment, her tears seemed to be more beautiful than any star in the night sky. And something I've been trying to keep hold of then disappears. It is completely gone. That which meant so much to me. Who meant so much to me, will never be able to meet again at this rate. They'll remain upset with me and continue avoiding me forever. Having lost that precious I'll never be able to reunite with Huh? What is this? Mare? What? I loved was the first friend I ever had. That was why. Even after parting with I didn't forget her and taught myself everything I could about the stars. So loved, and went to teach her about all that after I'd reunited with her. And then together, she and I would... What the hell was this? How could this... Mare? I finally realized. I forgot it. I'd forgotten his name. Without notice, even though there was no doubt in my mind that I clearly remembered it only mere seconds ago. That information, it alone, is wiped clean from my mind. As if a gaping hole has opened up in my memories. What the fuck is this? Without it, I won't be able to see her again. I'll never be able to see her ever again. Now that I've forgotten his name, I lost my biggest lead, and there's any chance at seeing her again. Please! Just please! Stop this! I promised that we'd see each other again. It is that promise alone which has kept me from forgetting her after the passing of all these years. I made absolute sure to not forget it by any chance, over all these many, many years. Was this your doing? The mysterious sight which is unfolding before my eyes tells me more than clearly what has brought about this strange occurrence. Give it back. It was a memory so precious at each given moment in time, just as if it was my sacred calling. I kept wiping it so that it wouldn't disappear behind that frosted glass. And yet, she's violated all of that work in an instant. Give it back, damn it! She's clouded over his name that had always remained vivid and untarnished. Give me back her name! While tears stain her face, she squeezes out her words in between sobs. Are you trying to say her name is a nightmare, you? What? Why? What? Her endlessly flowing tears were strikingly reminiscent of the lacrimal rain the torn-apart lovers summoned. With her contorted, tear-stained face, she nevertheless spoke firmly and with resolution. Where are you going? What the fuck? What's happening? I'm so confused. The vastness of the sky is filled with a myriad of stars in this Tanabata night. Surrounded by a friendly thick sea of lights, Orihime and Hikoboshi remain, as before, separated by the Milky Way. The heavenly couple then disappeared behind the clouds. Dude, what was that insanity just now? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh jeez. Dude. Well, that was a really solid prologue to the game. An incredibly solid prologue to the game. Like, it was freaking great. I'm already heavily invested. Also, that opening's really good. And I saw some swimsuits in that opening, so yeah, it looks like we're getting that beach after all, huh? That's gonna be fun. Can't wait to get to the good old beach episode. Gotta have that, beach, hot springs, water park, one of them. The fan service, you know what I mean. But yeah, no, that was really good though. Like, dude, I have no idea I have a slight idea what Mare just did, but like, she took our memories of a Lookout Girl away, so are we not gonna head to Lookout anymore? Or are we still gonna like have that subconscious feeling about doing it? But yeah, she reaped one of our nightmares, she said. Not all of them, just one of them. So there's more she has to do. But also, she said if we opened our eyes, she wouldn't be able to see us ever again. So, and we did open our eyes. So does that mean she's gone now too? Like, what's up with that? But yeah, man, I'm super curious about all this, like, about what's going to happen in this game now. Like, there's so much story and mystery behind it. It's so entertaining. I just can't wait to find out more about it. But, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens next. Like, so many different routes and everything, too. Oh, man, I want to play every one of them. Well, yeah, I saw in the opening, that Isuzu was actually apparently the girl we met before, like, our neighbor. When me and Chinami went over to greet our neighbors, like, that was Isuzu. Like, that blue-haired girl, that was her, so. Yeah, she was pretty fun from what I saw, that one scene. she was a pretty fun character from that one scene I've seen her in, at least. But yeah. I definitely can't wait to see what happens next. Like, man, yeah, we met a lot of the characters, too. Like, we did meet Isuzu, because she was, again, that girl. Our neighbor. Obviously, we obviously know Chinami very well at this point. We met Aso, and officially we've seen her in Kosame? Yeah, Kosame around a bit, and then we officially met both Asa and Kosame in this video. We also met her sister, Komomo, yeah, and some other girl whose name we do not know. Was trying to eliminate us, so that's not good, by the way. Oh, yeah, we know Mare, so yeah, I think, would that be all the girls? I don't know if that one chick, the chick with the deep and masculine voice, as Yo said, that I know that one chick who was trying to eliminate us, if she has a route or not, but I know Chinami does, I know Isuzu does, I know, I actually don't know the names of the others. I had to check. I only pay attention to how you get to Chinami's route. Leave me alone. But yeah, definitely can't wait to see what happens next. So yeah, looking forward to it. Still wish Chinami could have joined that maid cafe though. Living age, dude.